Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I wanted to do a sort of a neutral palette, neutral eyeshadow and cheek color and lip color, but with a strong wing eyeliner. It's a look that I think that almost any woman of any age can do. So if you like this look, stay tuned and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, I'm going to start with my concealer. It is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. Maracuja? Yeah. Anyway, it's in the purple tube. Now take just a little bit. Do around my eyes. Especially in the corners. I have shadows on the inside corners of my eyes right here. And this is a really good concealer to, it doesn't crease and it doesn't seem to get any in lines. It's very thick, so you just take just a little bit. You could probably use a concealer brush. I just think that I get more control using my finger. And I always use my ring finger because it's supposed to be the weakest one, and you want to go with your finger up, out this way and under this way very gently. It's always good to pat. Okay, so that's the first thing I do. And I will say the only thing I have on is my Rachel K CC cream, and that's it. So the next thing I would do is I would prime my eyelids, and I'm using the Decrease by L'Oreal. It's just a simple little, you know, one of the little sponge things. Just kind of skin colored. Kind of matches my skin tone. I think it comes in different, I think you can get it in different colors. Yeah, you can, like a medium, light, dark. So I just try to get it to match my eyelids. Okay, that's the next thing I do. Then next I would put on my foundation. If I use a liquid foundation, then I would use a brush. But cream foundation, I like to use the sponge. And today I'm going to use my Merle Norman Luxiva Smart Finish Compact in Simply Beige. And you've all seen it before. I really like it. Okay. And my sponge, it looks a little dirty, but it's actually clean. I've just used it a lot this week, and I try to wash it on the weekend. Sometimes it's every other week. But I just basically use a little square sponge and then spread it out like that, make faces. But the reason I think I like this so much is it's a cream and a powder mixed together. So it just is really really good at coverage. I like a lot of good coverage, and it's also good to that you don't have to powder it later. So you sort of save a step, but it covers so well. I really like it a lot. And then that's basically all I do for my face in the morning. Okay. And then the next thing I would do is I would take my my Physicians Formula Mineral Wear correcting powder. I've shown this before. It's just a swirl of different colors, sort of pinks and blues and yellows, and it's supposed to get the discoloration, like the redness, any bluing, dark circles under your eyes. Plus it helps set your concealer underneath here too. And it keeps your eyeliner or your eyeshadow, whatever you use underneath your eyes, it keeps it from creasing. And also I think it sort of lightens up and brightens up my eyes a little bit. I have two brushes here. And they're just alike. They're just the double-ended brushes. One of them's the fluffy one, the other one's more of a dome type brush. And so I use one of the fluffy one for this Physicians Formula, the correcting powder. And I keep it straight from the other one. I put a little rubber band around it. And then if I ever get out and, you know, need a rubber band with my hair, then I've got one. So what I do is if I can get this open. I always have the hardest time opening this. Okay. I just swirl it around and then tap it, and a lot of powder comes out. But I put it all around. I put it on my eyelids and the crease, and then underneath my eyes. Just kind of pat it and then shake it off. But see, it gives a little brightness to your eyes. And it really does help set too, that foundation. And it really helps with the, like I said, I've got some discoloration in my corner here of my eyes. So I feel like it really helps with that. Okay, so that's what I would do to kind of prep my eyes. Now, for my eyeshadow, the first one that I'm going to use is, I'm just going to use a light with a slight shimmer all over my brow, my lid, and my crease, all the way up to my brow bone in my inner corner. I used to use, and I got it, and I thought I liked it, the Stila Kitten. Let me show you. It's really pretty, but it is very, very shimmery. There you go. You can see that. So I have been using the Mary Kay Moonstone. Let me show you that color. It's very similar. It's this one up here. It's very similar. I don't know if you can see it. It's underneath, right down here, right down there. But it doesn't have nearly as much shimmer. I like to use not a white, not even ivory, but almost a very, very light beige. Not even a beige, kind of an off-white, but a little bit dark, maybe a little more yellow than that. But this Moonstone is a really, really good color, I think, to brighten up your eyes, open them up, and just sort of make a neutral background that you can use your shading with, and you can use for your crease, and it will really open up your eyes. And so I take my other brush that's the two-ended like this, and I use the larger end and dip it in like that. So as you can see, it really, really sort of lightens up your eyes. But, and like I said, I put it in the crease, in the corner, but it doesn't have so much shimmer. It's a good compromise for older skin. I think it's a really good compromise for older skin. Sorry, I've got, from when I had my makeup on this morning and took it off, I still got remnants of it on there. Okay. So anyway, I put that all over and in the corner, right there. But I just think that's a real pretty color that just about any age can wear. I feel like I'm too old to wear the Kitten. It's a very beautiful color. It's very, very popular, but it's just got a little bit too much shine. This is a soft shine, which I think it's good for older eyes. It doesn't really show any crepiness too much, but it will really open up your eyes and brighten them up real well. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is put eyeshadow on my crease. I go back and forth between the Mary Kay, I think it's the Espresso, and then this MAC eyeshadow, I think it's Brun, B-R-U-N. I like the MAC eyeshadow in a lot of ways, and one of the reasons is because it doesn't have a lot of fallout. And once you put it, it seems to stay really well. In fact, you kind of have to build on it a little bit, but I would rather build on it and have too little and be able to build and blend rather than have it just all over the place, and then it gets down on where you've put your base color there on your lid. So what I'm going to do is just go in here with this. Well, I'm sorry, yeah, I thought I had the wrong end, but I do. I had the right end. I had the smaller end of the same brush that I used with this one. And I just kind of go in like that. And then do a little V. Okay. and then kind of bring it, bring it underneath here. Just sort of the outer third right there. And then kind of V it up like that. And then so you can take the other end and just blend, kind of blend up, up, like that. I'm gonna go the other eye and do it, and then I'll check to see what I need to blend. But see this MAC, it's really nice the MAC, the flat ones sort of, the ones that don't have any shimmer, are really nice to be able to kind of V it right there. Are nice to be able to not have a lot of fallout and just kind of stay put where you want it to. And then do a little blending like that. In fact, I got a little bit right there on the white part that I don't like, so I'm going to go back and work on that. Okay. And take a clean brush and just kind of blend it like that. Okay. You know, what I do a lot of times is, I'm not at my sink, but I will just take a little drop of water and kind of work it in my palm and just dip my brush in it and wet the eyeshadow, and that sort of powders it down. I mean, that gets rid of the powder, and it really, you put it on, it'll really last all day. It makes it a little bit darker, but I really like to do that a lot of times because it will really last. I do not have any water with me, so we'll just have to do with doing it dry. Okay, so the next thing that I would do is my Tightlining. Now I have a little thing of Tightlining. What I do first, and I'm going to use the Nars Via Veneto. I can't tell, I can't read it. But what I'm going to do first is do kind of like this, kind of go through my eyelashes like that. I'm kind of trying to do it toward the camera, so it's a little hard, and I'm making, if I get a little messy, like that. And let me do the other side. So I kind of go through the lashes like that. Now, I really like to get in that tight line up above. So I've always used the Laura Mercier little flat brush. It's called a push brush because you push liner up into it. But I felt like it was see, it's kind of long and kind of narrow. So I had seen the MAC push brush or flat brush, and it was wider and a little bit shorter, and I tried it and I like it a lot. So what I'll do is I'll take the eyeliner pencil, and then I will go up like that and push it in. Now usually I've gotten a lot of it in already by kind of going through my eyelashes, but I like to make sure that I get all of it. Sorry if that was gross, me turning my eye inside out like that, but I really like to tight line down in there. Okay. You can see how you can just push it up in there. You almost don't even need to hold your eyelashes. You can almost like just do it with like that, just with the, you know, using it. Okay. But yeah, this MAC brush works. It's the MAC 212. Yeah, 212. It really gets up in there nicely for the tight line. But you can see how it really makes a nice base for your eyelashes. I like it a lot. And what I'll do is I'll take some whatever's, well, I'll do my waterline down here. Just kind of through my eyelashes and bring it up kind of to the corner. Like that. And then I'll take that brush, the same MAC brush, and then just kind of soften it up a little bit. And whatever's left over, I can kind of dot it down here, kind of smudge it underneath here. And that sort of smudges through where I did that MAC eyeshadow too. I can kind of bring it down a little bit. I really like sort of shadows, you know, like sort of like you've been been to bed, just woke up, and you sort of got this smudgy eyeliner. I like it smudgy a little bit, I guess. Everything just a little smudgy. Okay, so there's that. And the next thing that I do is I'll do a wing. Now, I have gone back and forth with the wing. I really like the Stila eyeliner, but the problem I had with it, I don't know if you can see, is because I like to hold it up. I saw a video, I think it's, what's his name, Goss, G-O-S-S, where he, lined it up right there and then flicked it down. And so I like that, but with the longer felt tips, when you flick it down like that, it smudges underneath really bad. So I would have to take a Q-tip and get it underneath. And then a lot of times I would mess up my makeup, so I would have to go back again and put my concealer in that little area and stuff like that. So I was doing some research and maybe trying a pencil, like a fat pencil, and I ordered a couple of Sue Devitt pencils. They haven't come in yet. But I went to Walgreens. I thought, well, let me look at the Jordana, because I know several people like that. And they have a fat, it's called the Bold FabuLiner. And it's a felt tip, and it's heavier, but it's short. So you can do a nice, kind of a little bit thicker line. Because the Stila what I was having to do, it was a thinner felt tip as well as being longer. So I would try to draw it just a little bit thicker, and I would end up not getting them even, for one thing, and sort of making a little bit of a mess as I was trying to fill it in. So I'm going to attempt this. I get nervous doing it on live, but if I mess up, then I'll stop it and kind of redo it. But we'll give it a shot. So what I do is I line it up with my bottom eyelashes like that, and close it, and then just flick it down. Okay, like that. And then line it up with my bottom ones on this side and flick it down. So it makes a wing that I like, kind of a thicker one. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it fairly thick, but it comes out to a nice little point like that. And you can get these Jordana liners at Walgreens, and they're very expensive. I think it was like $2.39. And then what I do is I just kind of, I sort of messed up. I need to quit talking. I kind of bring it down toward the middle. And I forgot to line it earlier, so let me do that. Okay. And then sort of try to taper it up to that point like that. Okay. It's not perfect, but it's hard trying to look here and look up there. So, but you get the general idea of what I like to do. Yeah, and what I will do a lot of times is go back in with the MAC Brun, and I guess do you pronounce it Brun, B-R-U-N? I think you do. And I will kind of, soften it just a little bit, especially if there's any, because when you're trying to do a felt tip, I think sometimes it gets a little almost jagged looking. It's not always a smooth line, so you can kind of smooth it in like that. I think one side's fatter than the other one, but we'll have to let it go, I guess. Boom, that gives you an idea. And then the next thing I do is I curl my eyelashes. I've told you before, I got this eyeliner, as eyelash curler at Boots, and I'm not going to, when my husband and I were in England to celebrate our anniversary, and I'm not going to get another one until I go back to Boots. But let me just do this right quick. A woman at Lancome told me, this is Lancome mascara, the Definicells. She told me, and I think it's hard, she told me to, look, well, I'm not looking down, but she told me to always roll it up. So you could get a lot of coverage that way. Okay. I'll try to kind of do it out that way. I need to do it to the other one too. Kind of spread it out a little bit. sometimes I will even sometimes I'll even take a little bit of my bottom eyelashes and bring them up to kind of give it a little uplift. Okay. And then let me do my bottom ones. It is so hot today. 94. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's Fahrenheit, 94. Okay, so next I'm going to work on my cheekbones. Now, I don't contour a whole lot. I always worry that it's going to show, but I thought I would today. I took the brush that came with my Physicians Formula, the mineral, always have to look at it, Mineral Wear corrections powder. And so there's the brush that came with it. I don't use it. I use it, you know, when I use it around my eyes, I use the other little brush. So I've got some bronzer, my Lancome bronzer that I like, and it is so old that the back is worn off, and I can't even tell what the color is anymore. But it's just a nice bronzer. I've used it a long time. So I'm just going to take a little bit and then just kind of do like that under my cheeks, and then go back in later and blend it off. But it does, I guess it does give my cheeks more definition. Okay. Just kind of right underneath here. I'm just so funny about blending, worrying about with you know, going in with darker and lighter shadings and stuff like that, that I always worry that it's not gonna work right. Okay, so that's for my bronzer underneath here, the contouring. And then for the eyeshadow, for the blush, I'm using Nars Orgasm. Shouldn't blink until my eyes are completely dry, my eyelashes. Okay, so I just usually just kind of put it, not in too far, not in, usually in more than where my pupil is. Just to kind of give it that sort of an elegant lift, like that. And I didn't bring my big brush. Let me see if I can use this. What then I like to do is sort of blend together. Like I said, I always worry about that shading so much, and just kind of, I would take a big brush and just sort of blend it together. And then the next thing I like to do is, let's see if I brought it down here. Okay, I found it. This is called Gleam by Melanie Mills. It's something that you actually use on your legs, but I didn't like the color on my legs. I didn't like the way it made my legs look. I think she uses it on Dancing with the Stars, all the dancers on there. But what I do like to do is take just a little bit of it. It's really pretty color. It's almost a goldy color. Let me kind of swatch it so you can see that here. And I like to put it at the top of my cheeks to kind of give it some brightness. Like that. Just right, like kind of resting right on top of my cheekbone. Kind of blending up toward my eyebrow a little bit, not a whole lot, but I think it just gives a little subtle glow right there. Can you tell? Right there. Okay. Okay, and then next I'm going on to my lips. My lip liner that I've been using is, it's Max Spice. Real pretty color. So I'm going to line my lips first. To make my little V there first and then go out. Okay, and I'm going to actually put it on all over. Just kind of lightly like that. Sorry. I keep looking down at my mirror and forgetting that y'all are right there. And the reason I wanted to is because I'm going to use the rose, the replica of the rose amethyst. And it's kind of usually a little bit lighter than what I usually wear. It's really a pretty good nude. So I wanted to add just a tiny bit of color, but I want you to see how pretty. Okay. So that is actually the same makeup that I did this morning. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll take my hair down and kind of fluff it out. But this is a makeup I think that any age can do. I really winged my eyeliner up for a little bit of dramatic look, but I like to do that sometimes because the rest of my face is so neutral. My lips are neutral, my eyeshadows are neutral and everything, and so what I do is make the definition and sort of the eyes going up that way. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of the day and stay cool. Thanks. Bye-bye.